Very few people know what it's like to deal with the victims of violent crimes up close and personal. They'll never have any idea what it takes to maintain your composure as you try and stare into the terrified eyes of someone who literally just stared death in the face and lived to tell about it. People watch watered-down dramatizations on TV shows or see sob story documentaries about the victims and their loved ones months or even years removed from the traumatic event and think they have some kind of insight, never realizing that what they're seeing doesn't come close to the real thing. I've seen powerfully built men torn down and reduced to nothing but a battered mass of hysterical tears. I've seen beautiful women so brutalized that their faces were nothing short of being grossly grotesque. It wasn't uncommon for a number of these people to seek death as an escape from their mental and physical torture. I've seen the faith of many poor bastards tormented right out of their very souls. They prayed endlessly to a God that wasn't answering, only to have their desperate pleas for mercy met by more insufferable pain and anguish. The average person could never fathom the degree of punishment it takes to make someone abandon their beliefs so resoundingly. Judge them all you want. Call them weak. Say their faith wasn't true, but until you've endured what they've been through, what you think and say doesn't mean a damn thing, because it could just as easily be you turning your back on your God for abandoning you while you were in the custody of a sadistic lunatic. By now you're probably asking yourself, what makes this guy such an expert? Well, for your information, I am an expert. In fact, I'm a leading expert as far as any of you commoners are concerned. Most of you will never fully understand what it takes to bring a person back from a brink of such extremes and help them try and reclaim the life they once lived. The things you see and hear have a way of haunting you long after you clocked out for the day. It's one of the ugliest and most mentally exhausting jobs in the world, but somebody's got to do it. I'm just glad that someone isn't me. I mean, who needs that absurd level of stress in their life? You couldn't pay me enough to deal with all those bleeding hearts, broken bodies, and conquered wills on a daily basis. I find it significantly easier and far more entertaining to be on the opposite side of the line. Now, I hope I didn't give you the wrong impression as to who I am or just what it is I do as a profession. While I am an expert on victims who've been tormented to the point of being a single breath away from their own eternal rest, I'm not the therapist looking to help them mentally, and I'm certainly not the doctor trying to help them heal physically. Nor am I the cop who holds their hand as I make them an empty vow to bring the savage responsible for their torture to justice. Who am I, you ask? I'm the savage. I'm the monster who haunts the thoughts and dreams of all his victims until their dying day. I'm the atheist who converted devout believers by telling them to pray to their God as I rip nails from their fingers and dip their bloody nubs into bleach water and pull teeth from their mouths before spritzing their bleeding gums with rubbing alcohol. I don't think any of them will ever come out and say it, but I'm the new omnipresence in each of their lives. I'm the reason they keep a light on in every room of their house. You see, they hate the darkness because they fear I might be lurking in the shadows, patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity to drag them back into my world, my very own version of hell on earth. To all those who suffered at my hands, you can rest assured knowing that the worst this life has to offer you is behind you now. You can stop fearing the dark and begin to rest soundly again, for I have no intention of revisiting my past or any of the victims it contains. My sights are set exclusively on the future. For those of you who haven't made my acquaintance yet, do yourself a favor and pray to your God that you never do, if you really think that'll help. So go ahead and continue to sleep soundly in your bedroom with the window partially opened. Keep jogging down that dark trail at night, listening to Pandora through your Apple AirPods without a care in the world. And by all means, continue walking across that poorly lit parking lot after work to your car believing you're all alone and totally safe. One of these days, I'll be there to turn your cushy little world into a Rob Zombie flick. Or perhaps it won't be me, but maybe someone just like me. Someone who's been closely watching your every move and is just waiting for the right opportunity to bring their nefarious fantasies to fruition. Do them a favor. Don't change a thing about yourself or your routine. Just keep believing the shadows are empty and that you're living in a safe little bubble that's protected by an imaginary figure in the sky. I'm sure you'll be just fine.